my kitchen checking on some things. So if any of you have been watching my stories, my IGTV, my videos, whatever on my profile, you know that I made a apple cinnamon soda and I let it ferment in various bottles. Now I bottle everything in like your brewing bottles or your soda bottles, so that way as it ferments, it produces these nice bubbles, these carbon dioxides, right? And I don't want this thing to explode. Now, the rest of the bottles I've capped off like traditional beer bottles, right? And I've put them in the refrigerator. You can't see it, but there's been a little yeast growing in them from just my natural yeast that I use. But it's all chilled. And I refrigerate them so that way, with this bottle I reuse because I do recycle, when I open it, there's not, an explosion here. There's a little bit of foam, but they've been refrigerated for the last, night. Now, this here in front of us has not been refrigerated, but luckily enough, I did not fill it all the way up. Now, again, I use bottles that are graded for brewing, so that way I don't have any glass breaking and everything. Also, if you leave this out, sometimes the release of carbon dioxide, if you're not just burping them or letting the air out every, day or two, can be so loud it's like a gunshot, and then soda goes everywhere. I've had this happen to me numerous times. Or if you leave this in a hot car. So I open it up and you hear a little psst. Probably should have been quiet, but it's okay. And it's foaming, almost like a beer. Now this is again a yeast that I pulled from the air here. And I'm getting this nice foam. And when I'm pouring it into one of my glasses, for consumption and such, it almost appears, even with the color, to be, but it's not. It's literally not even the same alcohol content. It's beautiful. So that is it. I've let this thing ferment for maybe a week, I believe, and it's great. So there wasn't too many pitfalls I ran into except for filtering. Again, I had some globose roundish yeast form that I believe are just from the apples and the cinnamons having yeast coming out that has kind of been expressed. I'm trying to grow those out and see what would happen with that because it looks pretty cool. And the longer it ferments, the less sweeter it gets, but the more kind of tangy, earthy it gets with the cinnamon. Next time I'll make a different soda. Maybe I'll make my ginger ale or my ginger beer.